What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Fogo, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that I feel needs to be talked about. Now, these are these kinds of videos that I actually hate. I really hate doing these kinds of videos because I feel like I'm kind of like knocking on the game, and I'm not. I love this game dearly and I want it to survive. But, I think the question a lot of players are asking themselves, or some players have already come to the conclusion that this game has been dying and it's been dying for some time. And why is that? Why do people feel that way? Or why is that actually the case? Well, I mean, it's because there's nothing to do in the game, guys. I mean, they recently gave us Deimos Base, which is it's a cool game mode, but honestly, guys, it was just too easy. Like, most players, not everybody, pretty much come in here and destroyed this thing. Now, I'm not going to complain about this because they give us an SS memory, they're giving us free rubies, and it's fine. And it's actually a pretty fun game mode. I do like it. But the problem is, just like always, it isn't challenging. It isn't very challenging. It's a little challenging, right? If you're going to play with certain characters and you have a little fun with it, and that's cool. But the thing is, for veteran players, for players that got a bunch of leveled up characters, even if you're free to play, guys, like on my free to play account, I absolutely destroyed this thing. You're just going to be like, okay, this lasts for 2 weeks. I whooped its butt in a couple days. I got my rewards, and now what? Now we're just back to everything else that's in the game. We're just back to all these other game modes that are pretty mundane and boring and pretty much easy to get through, right? I mean, it would be so easy for Netmarble to fix this problem, It would. All they have to do is literally either give us new content that gives us a reward, like an EX memory that you have to farm for, and they could even make it limited to where you only get one a month. Just one EX memory a month, right? That's all it would take. That's all it would take. And just make it to where you have to get really, really high scores in guild raids, say, for example. The reason that this would be an insane improvement is because a lot of players do like to play guild raid. I like to play guild raid. It's just you only need 1.25 billion to get the maximum rewards out of this. Wouldn't it be awesome if they said, hey, you got to get 10 billion, and if you can get 10 billion, you're going to be able to get that EX memory, right? Or what I would really prefer is if you was able to get, certain scores and you were able to get, materials that you could craft combine or combine together to get an EX memory, something like that, right? I've talked about this multiple times. Like, they have game modes already in the game that are actually pretty fun. Guild Raid is a fun game mode, but it's just easy. And what happens is a lot of players just play the game. They get their 1.25 billion, right? And they're done. They don't care. I know plenty of players, guys, right now that are just autoing everything. And it sucks. It sucks because this is a great game. It has an amazing foundation because, there's just this nice circle of fluency in the game. Like, the way that you can just come in here and you can level up. I don't know why I clicked on that. Let me get out of here, right? The way that you can level up your characters, right? You got the power up dungeon where you can get experience balls, you get your cores, you can get cards, you can get gold, and so on and so on and so on. You can get, memories in here. This is nice. There's a lot of goodness in this game. The immortal dungeons is actually pretty fun. It's just now they're super, super easy, right? And this is something else they could have done and it still should do. Like, why don't they give us another immortal dungeon just like with Starlight or something, but make it difficult? Don't make it so easy to where we can just come in here, hit the auto button, and just let it go. It used to be that we actually had to play these things, right? And what happens, players are just going to be playing the game, and they're going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to auto it, and I'm going to play something else. That's not what you want in Netmarble. That's not what you want. You want players to play the game, right? You want them to play the game. I don't know if they have a way of looking at how many people auto everything or not. If they did, they really should look into it because they'd probably find that a lot of players auto the hell out of all kinds of rewards. Guys, I literally come in here, even on Chapter of Fight, right? Even on Chapter of Fight, guys, I auto this, right? And I'll just show you right now. Check this out, right? Because if your character is an awakened level higher than the character you're facing, right? If they have way more CP, they won't take any damage at all. Look at this. I'm not doing anything. Right? I don't even have the auto on. I'm not taking any damage whatsoever. Zero. Kyo can't do nothing to me. He can't do shit to me. He can't hurt me, right? And then the moment I click that baby on auto, you know, and Kuma stops getting comboed, Kuma's gonna murder his butt. Well, maybe not. Maybe he won't murder him. But still. And there you go, guys. I mean, look at that, right? I don't have to do anything. I can literally hit the auto and let it go. And this is just one prime example of what it's like, you know, to play Coldfuss. This is a fighting game. You want players to play the game. Now, you can't rely on PvP because most players don't play it. Their connections are terrible. This game's always had problems with that stuff. They're not going to play that crap because the connections are terrible. I mean, in the previous Dream match, we were getting desyncs left and right, over and over and over. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I literally don't have to do anything, and I can just set my phone aside and just let it go. I mean, they're not going to do anything to my characters. They can't. Right? Now, I realize this isn't going to be the same for everybody. I know that. But even on my free-to-play account, I do this kind of stuff. Right? I mean, I can only do it so high. Right? I mean, obviously, when we get to higher levels, I won't be able to do this. But this is just giving you guys an example. I mean, this really you should want to play this, right? But I mean, if you can just auto this crap and just let it go and know that you're not going to take any damage at all, right? I mean, you're probably just going to auto it, right? I mean, you know, Karate's going ballistic on me, but he's not doing anything to me at all. Right? But Chun-Li can't even get a shot on him. Like, he's murdering her. But she isn't taking any damage at all. It's pretty crazy. You would think old girl would hit her third skill and do a little freeze or something. Right? And there we go. Right? I mean, obviously if I played it'd be a lot faster, but this is just a prime example, guys. This is a prime example. I mean, in all honesty, guys, I pretty much like auto everything except for, I mean, obviously Deimos Base you can't auto, and Guild Raid. And even Guild Raid I could if I want, but I don't really like to. I just like to get my minimum score and be done with it. And that's the problem in the game. We need in-game content. Deimos Base was like, it was like over in a flash. You know, we did it, the hype was there, and then it was gone. Right? Just gone. And that's a shame. Because Netmarble put so much effort into this. They put so much effort into this, making this the way it is. This is a really cool game mode. But it's easy. That's the problem. Now, maybe it'll get more difficult as we go, but if it's going to get way more difficult, and we're only getting SS memories, which are not the cream of the crop characters, EX characters are, then it's like, it's a weird thing, right? It's not a fail by any means, right? It's not a fail, right? It's a game mode that gives really good rewards and gives you some rubies, and that's awesome. But, I mean, once you're done with it, guys, I mean, you can come in here and use other characters, but after I use these regular characters in here, I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is pretty easy. This is pretty simple. I don't need EX characters. I don't even need BS and SS characters to do this. I can just use these characters right here and murder it. Which lets you know just, you know, how difficult this game mode actually is. I mean, really what they should have done is they should have made Deimos Base. They should have gave us an EX memory in this game mode, and they should have made it a little bit more difficult. That's what they should have done, right? They should have had or just keep the difficulty the way it is, but the CP requirement actually be a thing. It actually would work. I mean, maybe that would have been a lot better as well. I mean, you know, for players to reach 163,000 CP, I know for some of you think, oh, that's impossible, but that's actually pretty feasible, especially if you've been playing for a good while. I mean, guys, I can get over 200,000 CP on multiple characters in this game, so this would have been really feasible for a lot of players, right? To where Dot Explosion isn't just murdering everybody. I mean, that would have been a little bit better, but they need to have an EX memory in here if that's what they're doing, to where we can at least get one EX memory every month. Or, like as you play through Deimos Base, you get some particles. And then once you get those particles, you can combine and get an EX memory, but you still get the SS memory at the very end. That would have been really cool too. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways they could have done it, guys. They could have done a thing with Guild Raid. They could give a new Immortal Dungeon that actually gives, really good rewards, that's challenging. We don't want content that we can absolutely destroy. Netmarble needs to give us content like some kind of world boss or something that, has stages and levels to it to where you're going to need more and more powerful characters. And as you need more and more powerful characters, the rewards should get a little bit better as you're moving up and say in a world boss example. That's what they need to do. Honestly, that would be sick if we had some kind of world boss. I mean, Guild Raid is the closest thing we have to a world boss. I mean, I guess you could call that more or less a world boss, a KOF boss. But I mean, something like that would be pretty damn insane. So guys, let me know what you think about some of the ideas that I've thrown out today. What are your ideas to improve KOF? And what do you think about the state of the game as it is right now? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. T2+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.